Sup nerds, in our last tutorial in the series, we built this calendar sub-agent that our Telegram master agent can call to manage our calendar for us. Currently, it's only able to get events. In today's tutorial, we're going to fix that. We're going to add a couple of more tools so it can see our availability as well, and it can make changes to our calendar as well. But before we get into it, if you're interested in mastering N8n or having me building a custom N8n automation for your business, feel free to hit the link below and schedule a one-on-one call with me to discover the possibilities. Now let's get dangerous. Now, you might remember in the last video, we had some trouble with the Google Calendar API, that being that we could not use a custom client ID and client secret in our credentials. N8n insisted on its defaults and did not give us really any way to use our own. And our workaround was pretty simple. Just build a custom HTTP request that uses the same credentials instead. So I've got that chat open back here, and here we are. And we're just going to ask ChatGPT about this part. Awesome, this custom HTTP request works. Can you quickly show me how to configure HTTP requests like this that uses our Google OAuth 2 API credential for other actions involving the Google Calendar, such as checking availability, updating events, deleting events, and creating events. All right, we'll let it think about that for a minute. One thing I really love about ChatGPT is it has gotten so much better at solving the complex problems in building these N8n automations. In particular, I like to use it to write my code nodes and configure my HTTP request nodes. N8n has its own built-in AI assistant, and I mean, it can kind of do those things, but you need to prompt it a lot, and it takes only text. There's not even a way to speech to text this thing. Meanwhile, ChatGPT has speech to text. You can put screenshots in it. You can ask it about something it previously said. For example, if I'm curious about this part, I can highlight it and say ask ChatGPT, and it adds that as quoted text to my question. So there are much better and much faster ways I can give ChatGPT context for complex problem solving than the built-in N8n AI assistant. Again, I don't mind the AI assistant. It does go to official N8n documentation and the community first for answers, which I really, really like. That makes it really helpful for some of the simpler things you don't need to prompt it for as much. For example, if you just want instructions to set up a specific node, it can be pretty good for that. There we go. We want to add a new HTTP request, check availability. And that's going to be a post request to this URL. And here we have our request body. We'll define using JSON. Boom. Time zone string with your events. Is that supposed to be a query parameter? And then create event. Let's go ahead and make another one. Create event. Oh, look at that. There is send updates all as a query parameter. Oh, whoops. Send updates. Oh, interesting. So it can create a Meet link, a Google Meet link on its own by setting this parameter to 1. So I need to modify that. Interesting. Conference, what's it called? Conference data version. And I am actually gonna set that to let the model define this parameter, and that way I'll be able to put in the calendar subagent system prompt to decide whether it's gonna do that or not. There is our JSON body, send body, specify using JSON. Okay, why is that one red? Invalid syntax. Oh, it's because it used 3 brackets. Wait, it isn't. Because that one's like plain. It's not part of the expression. Interesting. I'm not sure what it's mad about. Oh wait, and that's why there's 3 brackets. What if I just use parentheses here? No? What about square brackets? No. Huh. N8n is saying that this part has invalid syntax. What does that mean? Work ends JSON editor and expressions. This bit is valid JavaScript, but the JSON field validator sometimes flags the inner curly brackets as invalid syntax. To see fixes. Yeah, there we go. Should this be part of the request body as well, or in the query parameters? Put it in the request body, not in query params. Well, since the request body is fundamentally different for an all-day event, I think we got to go ahead and make a new create event tool specific to an all-day event. Create all-day event, and we're simply going to switch out the JSON body. There we go. Okay, and now we want to set up update event partial. Oh wait, we just want a custom HTTP request, update event, and this will be a patch request to that URL. And in the query parameters, we're just going to set send dates to all, and we'll send this JSON body. Include only fields you're changing. Let's highlight this and ask it. This is going to be decided at the time that the tool is used. So should I put it as an example request body in the calendar subagent system prompt as a way to structure it and then specifically say it should only include the fields that we're changing and let the AI model define the parameter? Or should I just have this JSON body hard-coded in there and then instruct the subagent to simply input whatever the thing currently is if we don't want it to change it? There we go. And we'll just let it think for a moment. Short answer, don't hard code a full body. Give the subagent a concise example in its system prompt that shows the pattern. Enforce it by building the patch. Okay, well, I guess that answers our question. Let's go ahead and just call this, assign JSON, and we'll just call it request body. All right, and let's see, update event. Okay, so this one's delete event. So that is our, let's see, HTTP request, delete event, and we're making this one a delete request to this URL, and we want the query parameters to have send dates set to all. Let's get that done. Get a single event. I'm not too worried about that one. I believe we got everything, right? Yeah, there we go. Cool. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Off to API. Okay, we want to authenticate all of these nodes the same way. Authentication, predefined credential type, Google OAuth 2 API, and we want calendar custom. Good. Predefined, Google OAuth 2, calendar custom. And let's go ahead and tidy this up. All right, let's pop open our Telegram and give it a test. Oh, wait, look at me getting too excited. First of all, we want it to receive the entire request body, and then let's copy its system prompt as it stands. Okay, awesome. Can you write a system prompt for this calendar subagent? It's going to be able to manage all of these different tools. It's going to be able to use all of these different tools to manage my calendar. Its goal is to make sure I'm as productive and as on top of my game as I can be. All of the HTTP requests are configured the way that you asked me to set them up, except for the update event request, which we have since clarified that it needs to put together by the AI agent itself and then sent as $JSON.body. So its system prompt should include a precise example of how to set up that request body and instructions to include only the parts that specifically need to be changed. There should also be a variable for the query parameter to create a meet link in the create event HTTP request. I added that while setting up the requests. So it should be able to decipher whether or not I should be doing that. One last thing, please also let me know of anything specific that I might need to provide to help set up the prompt for the system agent, such as my calendar ID. We'll just let it think about this for a minute. Drop in system prompt for your calendar subagent tailored to the tools you wired. Any shared calendars to include? Interesting. Default time zone. No, it's definitely America, Denver. Working hours and meeting length defaults. Not too worried about that. Notification preferences. Whether to auto-create meet links for new meetings by default. Not really. I mean, some of them are going to be like in-person events, VIP attendees or distribution lists. Let's have a look. Oh, whoops. Oh, that is the system message option. I want to put it in there. I was confused. It doesn't usually let you pop open the system message like this. Josh's calendar operations copilot. I like that. It looks pretty good. The only thing I might change is the calendar ID if the relevant one isn't primary. How would I get my calendar ID? Open Google Calendar, left sidebar, and left sidebar as my, Oh, that's this one. Okay, there we go. Settings, event notification, view options. Come to think of it, see, my original has primary sent as the calendar ID, and that one, as we proved in the last episode, works just fine, so I think we'll be okay. Let's check create event though. Yep, conference data version, good. Let's hit save. Moment of truth. Let's go to Aviva. What's my availability tomorrow? What the? There was an issue retrieving your calendar details for tomorrow. Why? See, the run succeeded. It didn't even try to get events. Oh, this is what happened last time. We just got rid of the bit in the system message that says what tools it has and what each one is used for. Perfect. Can you add a paragraph to the calendar agent system prompt, simply describing the tools, naming each one, as well as describing what they are used for and what they do and how to use them? I think that would really help it understand how to use the tools, because as you see in the screenshot here, it was supposed to use get events to see what I have going on tomorrow, and it didn't do that. In fact, it didn't call any of the tools and just sent a reply saying there was an issue getting your calendar details. Good. Now let's pop in the editor, and in the system message, we're gonna add this paragraph under your tools, what to send, and then we're gonna hit save and redo that test. What do I have going on tomorrow? Was an issue retrieving your calendar details. Why is it doing this? I'll bet it's the same thing. As you can see in the screenshot here, I ran another test where it didn't even attempt to call any of the tools that I gave it. Why do you think it would do that, given the system prompt that it has? I would almost rather see an error message, because then I would know at least it tried to call the tool and it just didn't. So what's actually going on is that my message isn't getting passed. Oh, look at that. It just says object. So it doesn't sound like the webhook is receiving my query at all. That's interesting. What do we do with that? Oh, you know what I should do? I know exactly what I should do. Let's go to the tool that calls the calendar subagent. JSON using fields below. We're just gonna call this query. Okay, good. Whoops. Tools, open weather map. Call when the user asks about their calendar to get event check, ability, create, date, or delete event. Pass the user's query to the sub agent exactly as it was given to you. Yeah, it's important that it neither is detail nor parrots hallucinated detail. Yeah, I think that's good. Now let's give it another test just to see how it gets sent in the request body. What are my events tomorrow? Now we should see, seems there was an issue. Let's go to executions. Now let's see. Now theoretically, this webhook body should include the user's query somewhere. Yep. See, body query. What are my events tomorrow? So, okay, I think I have almost got it fixed so that the subagent actually receives the user's query. Now I just need to write the expression for the AI agent so that it receives the expression that maps to the query received by the custom webhook as shown here. Now, I believe the expression for that is $JSONBody.query. Is that correct? And it should get curly brackets on either side as well, I believe. It doesn't need thinking model for this. Or maybe it does. I take it back. Oh, look at that. It only needed to think for like 9 seconds. Okay. Oh, it's case sensitive. Duh. Oh well. And let's go to the edit and pop open the calendar agent. There, json.body.query. Awesome. Save it now. Let's give it another test. What's my availability tomorrow? Available the entire day. Okay. Good. Yeah, I would like to schedule a Google meeting with Mark at 2 in the afternoon. Can you do that real quick? It'd be interesting to see if it does that for today or tomorrow, because it's not. That's interesting. We've got, received tool input did not match expected schema. What we may actually need to do here, that's it. Interesting. So it tried to check my availability, but didn't know what time. Why would it do that? Whatever. I'll just be more specific. Can you schedule a Google Meet with me and Mark at 2 p.m. tomorrow on October 21st? Seems there was an error. Okay. Now what was the error? Received tool input didn't match expected schema. Now why would this happen? Here's the agent. Here's the error message. I'm not sure where start out what the error was, and help comes from the agent tool interface from the AI schema, not from Google. Tried to call one of your tools. If that's true, then why didn't I see an error message on one of the HTTP requests? At any rate, it looks like we got some more work to do before our upgraded calendar agent is quite production ready. No big deal, this sort of thing happens all the time. But if you want to be here to see it when it works, feel free to leave a like, share your thoughts with the class, and before you subscribe, make sure you know what you're doing, because it ain't easy being at the top. I'll see you guys next time.